This conference will now be recorded.
Hi all, welcome to Business Intelligence Training Program. In yesterday's session, we have seen details pertaining to Power BI desktop, particularly the visualization part. I've shown you a lot of visualizations that are available by default in Power BI, and also have imported some of the custom visualization, custom visuals, and I've tried to use it within the report on each of the pages. Do you have any questions so far? Any questions? Can you all hear me? Okay, perfect. Good. Okay, so in today's session, we will see some more visuals that you can import as custom visuals. And then you can also import visual from a file. With that, the visualization part will get completed. And then we will see other options in the desktop version and DAX expression. With that, Power BI desktop gets completed. And then we will move on to Power BI Cloud and finally Excel BI. Sounds good? Today, end of the session will be the last class for Business Intelligence program. After this, you will have a project discussion with me, wherein you will pick your choice of project. You have to work through the project. I will give you instructions of how to work through, what is my expectation from each one of you, and how I will be evaluating. Based on your project performance, your certification will be prepared. My evaluation will be the final result for your certification. You can have this project as a live project, work with so and so instructor, trainer from NASSCOM based institute or the academy. You can have this on your resume. This is very much valued. This is similar to your internship, like how you do it in other companies. So same way, you will be doing it with me. The project topic will be given to you, but you will take the initiative to go through all the videos and work on the project. In between, while working on the project, if you have any doubt, if you want me to be online with you for any of the concepts that you create, visuals that you create or queries that you write, if there is a difficulty. If it's already taught, then it's your responsibility to go through the sessions, the videos of the sessions, and come well prepared for the project. Do the project all by yourself. There will not be a Viva. Instead of that, your project evaluation will tell me what you have learned as a part of this training program. All the three tools, softwares that you have learned. These are very, very important. Just by getting thorough with these softwares or tools, you can prove yourself. You can easily get through in your interviews, be it a lateral move in your company, or you can start after completing the project, getting certified, getting good hands-on, you will be able to find a job. This can be somewhere between 1 to 3 months. So take your time, do it properly, submit it, work with me, and then you will be eligible for a suitable job opportunity in whichever region you work for. Okay, good. Now, That's nice. We will see some more visualizations that we can use as a part of Power BI. Click on Get More Visuals. Okay, so now it's loading visuals. There are a lot of additional visuals compared to what you have already used. Here is a timeline slicer. I can use this. Let me add this to my report and then I will use this. Okay, the visual has been imported. It's here. For this, I would need a date factor. Let me put the timeline. Okay, so if you see here, the date factor now has the timeline. So here you have an option to sort it by year, quarter, month, week, and day. Okay, so you select 2015. If it's quarterly, it shows each quarter. You can also drag it like this, not one by one. Okay, together you can drag it like this. And this is for months. Filter can be hidden slightly and then expand this. Okay, so if you think the data is a lot more, okay, so here also you can have a slicer. So let me convert this to a slicer. You can have it as a list or a drop down, however you want. So let me first, do you see this? So this is very, very easy if you do it this way. You can also have this as a drop down. In here you can make multiple selections as well. You are holding the control key. So this is how you can use a slicer. And what is this? This is called timeline. Timeline is used to represent the time series data. Place this appropriately wherever you want. Now you can make appropriate selections. So 2016 quarterly, this is monthly. So this is month-wise. Now here if I want quantity sales, I want column y-axis, line y-axis. So I can use two types of information here, and I can also have year-wise data. So if you see here, the data is getting filtered. Supposing I select 2, this is how the data will get represented. So these are different ways you can easily use Power BI for. Data labels should be on. Okay, so when you have multiple selections, it will show you have made multiple selections. Or you can have this, if you want to avoid all this problem, you can have this as a list, but then you should place it correctly. List will occupy more space. That is the only drawback. So that's why most of the time we use drop downs. So now if I want to see the result for the year 2016 and for the month April to June, I can very well do it. See, everywhere it is getting filtered. Very neat, very nice. If I also want to know the profit score, so you can also reduce the size of this. This can be made smaller, okay? It can also be thin, not just the thick one. You can also have it as a thin one. I'm leaving it here. Next is profit year-wise. So what is the profit that you have made? So if you think this is not an appropriate chart for it, you can choose a suitable chart. So there's only one view. So this is the total profit. It is representing the same thing. So it's only one value. You can put it on a card or you can also put it as a gauge or a funnel. So you can have thinner lines as well. So now when I have multiple selections here, this is how it will look like. Neat. Spacing is an issue, so you have to be careful about multiple selections when you have. Okay. Let me remove all the selections. So now everything is selected. So let me go to month wise and I will only select 1 year. So see here. So when I make 2 years, appropriate data gets displayed. Okay. So this is how you can add a custom visual. There are many such custom visuals that are available. You can try as many you want, but one visual can be added at a time. So here you have a drill down donut. This we have already used timeline. You then have an advanced card, which looks even more brighter, a Gantt chart. You don't have a Gantt chart by default, you only have a waterfall chart. Let this get added, I'll get some water. Okay, so now let me click on add. Okay, the visual was successfully imported into the report. Click on OK. Let us try to use a Gantt chart. Okay, I'm converting this to a Gantt. Okay, so this is a Gantt chart. So it shows what is the start date, end date, right? So we don't have an appropriate data for this now. So when you have an appropriate data, this will look very good. But there also exists a Gantt chart. Remember that, okay? Let us see some more visuals. There's a tornado chart, sunburst. This is very, very common. There is another visualization software called D3.js. So those who are interested in JavaScripting, you can also try that, but that is coding based. In D3.js, there are a lot more visuals. It is a hint, okay? So we all basically create visuals on different visualization tools by looking at D3.js. It has many advanced visuals compared to these standard visuals. Okay, so it's now open. Let us open D3.js. There are a lot more visuals. So this is a JavaScript and it has a lot of library files. Those who work in web development, you must be knowing HTML, SVG, CSS, Cascade style sheet, JavaScript based on libraries, etc. No? So let this open. So here you have many examples. So all these are visuals. These are all sample visuals. So you can create these kind of visuals in Tableau. Power BI, I have not seen much, but Tableau, surely you can create. Yeah, see, there are so many visuals. Scatter plot. So in this, you have Sunburst. So Sunburst is very popular in D3.js. You don't need to know this, but at some stage during your interview, they may ask you, do you know D3.js? Or what is D3.js for that matter? Whether you implement it or not is a different thing. You may be working with a web developer for whom you will create Power BI reports and Tableau workbooks. But he will be working on Java scripting. So at that time, you must know what it means at least. If you don't know how it has to be implemented, that's okay. But at least what it means, it is very important. So this is what it means, and this is how it would look like. Okay. So this is one such. Another very easy to use. After learning these two all by yourself, you can learn this one as well. Other than Amazon QuickSight and Google's Looker, you can also try this. This is very, very easy. Sisense.com. This is also very popular these days. There are many other reporting tools. In Java, it is called Jasper Report. Okay, have it in your mind. Java-based reporting is called Jasper Report. Sisense is being used by many companies. You have a free trial of it. You can please try to use this. Along with Tableau and Power BI, having Sisense and ClickSense in your profile will surely help you. So if you have any doubts while you work on the Sisense or ClickSense part of it, personally you can ask me and I can surely guide you. Though I'm not conducting a class for you, you've been a part of my BI training, so it's okay to help you with this as well. I'm giving you the link for this. Please make a note of it. Surely this will help you in the near future because they ask for a combination of tools. ClickSense is not, it's a different story altogether. If you're interested in ClickSense, you can learn it. There is no harm, but it has its own set expressions. All of those terms and conditions are little higher when you use the syntax of the language, rulings. All those are a little different when it comes to ClickSense. But Sisense is very easy to use. So there are many other BI tools, BI and DB tools. You can just type this and you will get a big list. There are a lot of BI and DB tools. So there's a BI, top BI tools include Tableau, Power BI, Click Technologies, that is ClickView, ClickSense, SAP, and it's more related to SAP. So if you're into SAP, you will know. So you should always see a combination of BI and DB tools. Python is equally being used. Okay, so also, are you all learning Python, by the way, as a part of this training program? You're not learning Python? Okay. Okay, maybe you should progress to learn Python as well. Tableau and then Find Report. There is another BI tool called Find Report. So you can also try this. I'm not sure if it's paid or what. Power BI, yeah. ClickView. It's not so easy to use ClickView, and ClickSense is at least okay. ClickView is a little complex. Sisense. Okay, so Power BI, Tableau, the very next term they use, the BI term they use is Sisense. Same as Power BI and Tableau, Sisense is a self-service BI tool. Okay. And then This is W. Qlik Technologies. Under Qlik, they may ask you, what do you know about Qlik Technologies? Under Qlik, you have QlikView and Qlik Sense. Similarly, you have MicroStrategy Desktop. Same as you are learning Power BI, you also have MicroStrategy Desktop, so you can practice that also. It is not very difficult. It's doable. Sisense. Please practice Sisense. And those who are getting into this analytics mode, other than BI and data visualization, you can also perform or you can do data analysis. And for data analysis, you need IBM Watson Analytics. It's a very popular tool. You can learn more about that. If you whether you practice or not is up to you. So all other tools are okay. There are many tools in the industry, Looker Analytics, that's Google's. But these are very, very popular. And very often when you work in the company, they may talk about these terms, Amazon Redshift, Amazon Athena. Okay, don't worry, Amazon S3. S3 is for storing the data in the cloud. Redshift and Athena, these are basically the data lakes and data warehouses on the cloud. That is Amazon's cloud. Other than that, for storing the data, you also have Google BigQuery for storing big data. That's a Google's product. So keep upgrading yourself. So if you're in contact with me, as and when I learn something, I will generally share it with my friends and colleagues and my students. So I have that habit of doing. I will also push it to you all in WhatsApp. You can take a look at it and you can be industry updated. That's the main aim. Sharing is caring, right? So whatever the knowledge you gain, you can try to share it with others. So here are some more tools. Power BI, Tableau, you already know. Oracle, they have their own analytical tool. SAP, they have their own BI tool. There's a tool called Hyperion. Hyperion belongs to Oracle and mainly it holds the data warehouses, bigger data warehouses. So I have used Hyperion while I was working for Cisco Systems. And then SAS is again a bigger system. So this is SAS BI. And then you have Domo. MicroStrategy is frequently used. There are a set of companies that completely work on MicroStrategy and they constantly work on that. QlikView, Dundas BI. Dundas BI is there from many, many years. Dundas charts were there previously, which we were using as a part of our web development in 2005, 2006. I'm talking in that range of years. So now they also have BI. Dundas exists in the industry for close to 17 years, 15 to 17 years now. Zoho is very popular. It's across many countries in the globe. So they also have analytics. So there are many such analytics and BI tools. I suggest go through these two tools properly and then you can deep dive into other tools that exist in the market. That was just a brief of what you can do after learning this and how you can improvise your profile. Right. So Sunburst is here. Let me take sales figure and let me put a Sunburst. Okay, it looks like a donut when you have lesser range of values. When you have more range of values, it will look even more better. Okay, so this is a lot more value. You can check for, yeah, something like this. Okay, data labels, category labels. Okay. If you want to represent, you can represent. Okay. So this is how you can use Sunburst. What I'm trying to do is there are a lot more values. That's why it's not displaying. This is how you can use custom charts. Here you also have an option. This is for Power Automate. Okay. All others have covered for you. Whatever you need, I've covered all the chart types. Import a visual from a file. So what is that file type? We will see. Okay, import. Yeah. Power BI Viz. PBI Viz. So far you have seen PBIX, PBIDS, PBIT. Three types of files. PBIX is a standard Power BI report file. PBIT is the Power BI report template. PBIDS is the Power BI data source. And then PBI Viz stands for Power BI visual file or visualization. We don't have any PBI Viz file at present, so let us go and check for some of those online. So not only custom visuals that are available in the Power BI Microsoft Store, you also have such visuals uploaded on the web. So just say PBI Viz download. You'll have lot of examples available. Okay. You can download or import visuals. So here samples for Power BI visuals. Get some good visuals that you can download and use. Mhm. I want to download the visuals. Here. So there are a lot of visualizations that are available. In data tab, click refresh all and okay. So probably you can take a look at this. Let me see if I can find something. It's not opening. Yeah. So you can try for some direct links because this is a little clumsy. They've put somewhere on an Excel file. This is not what I want. Yeah, over here. So let me give you this link so that you can also download some PBI Viz files and see. Okay. As to plot, we have already used circular gauge. Just a minute. It's downloading, I think. Okay, here's a sample sunburst. So this is what I want. Okay, download the file. Okay, so now it is there in my download list. Let me take that. Okay, I have the visual. It's a PBI Viz file. So let me add this to my main list. And then over here, now I should select the second option. That's what I'm selecting. Import from a custom visual. Let me select this. Did you see this? This is how you should download a custom visual and import it inside into your report. Update. Okay, good. The report is now imported. Here. Okay. Similar to this, you can download other kinds of visuals from here. You want a thermometer, download a thermometer. You can get a collection of such custom visuals from online. I'm importing a thermometer. Now the visual is here. Do you see this? This is the thermometer. Now I can select the thermometer and I can select the value. Okay. So you must know what parameters to pass. This thermometer is number based. So fill in some number related value in it. Those who work in capital markets domain, finance domain, you must have heard this chart type called candlestick. Okay. I've downloaded that. Now I'm importing it. So these are not in the store. So I'm importing these as PBI Viz file. Here is a candlestick. Now I have this candlestick. So let me take candlestick and let me put the values on it. Sales versus, let me take subcategories. These are quite a few. Yeah. Right? So something like this. This is a candlestick plot. So if you want to see the sample, how they have used, you can also see the sample. This is how you can work on. I think I've given this link to you all, right? Yeah. Okay, so that's how you work on different kinds of visualizations in Power BI. These are custom visualizations which are beyond the visualizations that are available in the Microsoft Store. Any questions so far? With this, we complete all the kinds of visualization, custom visuals, additional visuals, all types of visualizations have been covered. I've also taught you the drill through. Reports. Any questions for me, please? Okay, now I will teach you DAX expressions. Okay, There are different kinds of DAX expressions in Power BI. DAX expressions are mostly written in Power BI desktop. So there are many DAX expressions that are available. DAX functions, DAX statements. At your level, you can start with simple DAX statements, and then you can go to some complicated DAX statements. So the simple DAX statements include all of these. So these are called DAX functions. You have DAX statements and DAX functions. These are slightly different. So DAX, you also have DAX operators. So this is a full-fledged DAX information or nodes that Microsoft provides. What is your understanding about DAX? What is the full form of DAX? Can someone tell me what is DAX? Have you heard of this in any organization or so? Because this is very common even in Excel, not only in Power BI desktop. DAX means data analysis expression. So once you have the, yeah, correct. We have generated new file using DAX function, which is helpful to find out. Correct. DAX expressions are mainly used to find insights of data. Okay, so beyond business intelligence and data visualization, you are also learning data analysis, knowingly or unknowingly. Right, the stats part of it, analyzing the data, etc. It comprises of data analysis as well. Like how you work on Excel pivot charts, pivot tables, etc. Okay. In DAX expressions, you can create new measures. You can create new columns. I've already shown you how to create a new column while we were working on and a new measure, like how to calculate sales from quantity and unit price. And while creating columns, how to create a new column that holds the previous columns, uppercase letter, lowercase letter, or left 4 alphabets, right 4 characters, etc. So all of these fall under DAX expressions. A very simple DAX expression is total sales is nothing but sum of a column called sales amount, or the DAX expression which I showed you was sales equals unit price multiplied by quantity. If it's 2 quantities, price has to be multiplied by 2, right? You buy 1 kg of pasta, you pay for 1 kg. You buy 2 kgs, you have to multiply 1 kg worth pastas twice to get the total sales. Correct? Here is another example. DAX equals calendar year. So it is just concatenating the year, space, the alphabet Q and 1. We have seen this as a calculated field in Tableau. Other than this, you have calculated tables. Understand slowly, don't get confused. DAX expression is easy, but lot of options are there. You will primarily work on creating new measures and new columns. That's the most important one. You also have queries in DAX expression wherein you can write queries, but generally we do this out of. Dim means dimension. Okay, it's a dimension product. So you're passing some query criteria. And there are some basic formulas today. These are very much similar to your Excel formulas. There's no big difference. Okay. Today gives today's date. Gives you insert value 3 in every row of a calculated column. Column 1 plus column 2 adds values in the same row of column 1, column 2 and puts the resultant calculated column of the same row. Okay. So you have some additional formulas that you can use from this list. So we will look at some basic DAX functions. So this is a new list that they've come up with. Let us not overthink about all that. Let me go through some easy ones for you. Sum. This is how you can write a DAX expression. Let's do it practically in your report. To write a DAX expression, click on quick measure. You create quick measure. So that's also DAX, but it's not a writing type of DAX. It's like mostly selecting type, which is very easy. Let's do the writing type of DAX. New measure. Wait for the DAX screen to open. So once you start writing a new DAX expression to create a new measure. Here, you will have to write sum of, okay, it shows up all the list of fields that you can use to sum orders of sales. So you can just take this. Once you're done, you can press the enter key. You can make it bigger or smaller like this. Once you press the enter key or the stick mark using your mouse, it's not showing. Didn't get added. Yeah, it's here, it's here. That's why you should always name your measure, otherwise you'll get confused. So the measure is here. I didn't name it. Let me call it total sales. Only then I will be able to identify once it's created. Okay. So once I have this new measure created, it will have this symbol. I've already told this to you. Whenever you create a calculated field, it will have a different kind of an icon. Dimensions do not have any symbols. Sigma is a representation for standard measures. Calendar is for calendar symbols. It's for date related, calendar related fields. And then all calculated measures or calculated fields will have calculator symbol. In Tableau, it is equals hash. Standard measures are hash and calculated fields are equals hash in Tableau. Whereas in Power BI, slowly listen to it, try to understand. In Power BI, DAX expressions are used to create calculated fields or calculated measures, calculated columns. There are two, it's of two types. One is calculated measure, another is calculated column. Calculated measure, measure by the name itself, it signifies it's a number. Okay. So now I have used a basic aggregation function called sum, which is used to find the sum of a particular column. The syntax of that. So there are different kinds of DAX functions: aggregation, date, filter, financial, lot of functions. So in aggregation, the easiest of all is sum. Syntax is this. Definition is this. Okay. So this is what I have written. Once I click on that, automatically this will open up. See, table tools, measure tools. So in measure tools, you have the format of it. If you want to change the format, same as your Excel. Do you see this? So which table it belongs to, data categorized, new measure, quick measure, etc. Okay. Any questions so far? Okay. Let us go through some more DAX functions slowly. We finished sum. Let's go to SUMX. Returns the sum of an expression evaluated for each row in a table. What is the example? Here you have SUMX, filter, internet sales. You can give a condition like this. This is how you can use SUMX. So I think this is mainly coming from AdventureWorks database. So let us try to connect to that and create this DAX expression. Let it open up. So here in the tables, I have internet sales, but this is a fact table. So let me check on this. Do I have internet sales? Okay, I don't have any such table in this schema. We call it as a schema. Either DBO is a schema, or also you can give a name to the schema. Both the ways, okay? Always remember that while teaching about this table creation. I forgot to tell you, you can create your tables in a desired schema. Either it can be DBO or it can have a name. Name is like, segregating your schema. DBO is a standard database object schema. That's the only difference. So you have this information only in data warehouse, which is in internet sales here. So in this, we will check if we have freight. Yeah, freight is there. So what we will do now is, let us close this old one. Yesterday we were taking as a reference. So let us close this. Okay. We'll save this. I'll have a new Power BI file opened. I'll show you 2 or 3 DAX expressions. The rest of it you can practice by yourself. It's easy. Right. So let me now import the data warehouse. Only these are a little time consuming ones. Cloud-based is very easy. It's all web-based. Getting thorough with the Power BI desktop needs your efforts. So if you're clear with all these concepts, the others are very easy because you don't have those many concepts there. So DAX expressions are similar as you learn here in Power BI desktop, even in Excel Power BI. Okay, so let me go here. Let me connect to the SQL server and fetch the data. Server, and I have to give the database name. So it is called AdventureWorks DW. One minute, it's hanging. Okay, AdventureWorks DW. Be careful with these links. If you go wrong, it will not connect. Then you'll be wondering why it is not connecting. So once you have this list, I'm interested only in this table, but it's okay. If it wants to select some related tables, let it do. Click on load. So I've selected all the relevant tables and I've clicked on load. Now it should be loading the data model. Wait for it to load. Okay, so now let me minimize this and also get it to the normal screen. I didn't even select the tables of my choice. I've only chosen all the related tables. With that, I've got this information that is already loaded. Okay. Now, based on this fact internet sales table, I'm going to write on. You can do it here also. If you don't have to create any visual, you can do it in the data model itself. So what is the expression? This is going to be the expression sum x internet sales, expand this, and here okay, new measure, the DAX expression is sum x of filter of internet sales. So it should show you this list. It's because of this file it is disturbing me. When you have multiple instances of Power BI desktop open, more than one instance opened, this is what will happen. Let this close. I'm trying to close this. Save it. Okay. Let's give it a minute. God. I need to close this and reopen. I think there's some problem. There are a lot in Power BI. Do you see this? It shows 21. I don't understand why. That's why. So we will have to close all of these. Okay, so let me try it again. Make sure every time I kept adding a Power BI file, it increased the number of instances and it is using my full disk space. So this is possible on your system as well. If at all that happens, go to Task Manager and remove unwanted number of processes that you have created of Power BI. Okay. So have only one process active, only then it will be fast. Otherwise, it will get your system to be slow. This is now better. Not okay, but better. That's it. Yeah. Okay. Now let me go to the data model. I have to redo everything. This is what will happen if you don't save it when you work on it. Okay. Adventure works DW. I'm importing the data warehouse. Now let me select the table of my choice. At least I need this one table. So let me take one, then to overload. You can select all the related tables when you work on, no problem. So once this is done, let me create a new measure. I have only one table now to avoid the complexity and overloading of data, at least up to the time I show you. Click wrongly, this is what will happen. You need some patience for this. Back to new measure. Slowly do it. SumX off, filter off, fact internet sales. Okay, this is over. So let me close this. I don't need this. Now it should be okay. Internet command. See table, name of the table. Now I have to add the expression. Fact internet sales of sales territory ID. Sales territory key is what we have here. We don't have sales territory ID. Okay, let me take this and I set this to 5. Okay, comma. This is freight. That's all. So what is this? What is that we are doing here? This example first filters the table internet sales on the expression internet sales, sales territory. So it filters all the rows where the sales territory ID or sales territory key is 5 and then returns the sum of all values in freight column. It filters the sales territory ID in fact internet sales table to 5 and then it gives the sum of all values in the freight column. That is the aim. So let me call this total freight and click on tick mark, safer side to make sure the expression gets created. Wait for the expression to get created. Here is the total freight. This is now completed. In the report, I can now include total freight and I can also include some relevant information of this. All our number fields here. Total freight for year. Okay, you see this? Now it is representing the total freight for a particular year. So this is how you can create different kinds of DAX expressions. So always have this handy to understand what it is. Same way you can do it for minimum, finding the minimum value. We have similar expressions in, we call it formulas in Excel. Here they're calling it functions. Excel also we call it as functions. So minimum of. Then if you talk about max, you have max of. Okay. Product, this is like some product that you have in Excel. There is a formula called sum product, right? So it is similar to that. Okay. count. If you have to count, the total count is what you get here. Count A, returns all rows in the reseller table that have any kind of value in column that stores phone numbers. Okay. Count blank, it will count the total blanks. You have same set of functions in Excel. Hope you remember. Count rows, this is used for counting rows in a table. So if I use this, it will give me the total count which you can display in a card. How many distinct customers are there? So you can say distinct count, count distinct. So with this, you can easily find total number of distinct customers. Okay, so these are all different kinds of DAX expressions. Now, there are other set of expressions here. You can go through these date and time. Same way, you have to either click on new measure, or you can also create a new column. A new column is similar to this, whereas here you will perform mostly the string functions. Okay, so you will mostly perform string functions. You can say left off and internet sales. You can take a particular column and you can say how many characters you want. It also shows you what is the syntax of left. Same thing you have in Tableau as a calculated field. Here it is called a DAX expression. If you want to do all these things outside to the Power BI report in Excel or in SQL query and bring only the data and create visualization happily without any calculated fields, do it. Or if you think, no, I have the fields here, I will do some additional calculation based on those fields and columns here itself, you can do that as well. So a new table is used to create a new table altogether. Generally, we import the table. We don't, these days, we don't believe in typing the data, right? Or copying and pasting the data. That's all gone. We connect to different data sources or max to max Excel file or CSV file, text file to import the data. Right? So this is how you can create different kinds of DAX expressions. Any questions about DAX expressions? With this, we complete Power BI Cloud, Power BI Desktop. Now we will move on to Power BI Cloud. Okay, now we will move on to cloud. We will do one thing. Let us take a break for 15 minutes. We will be back and then we will finish Power BI Cloud and Excel BI together. With that, we will finish the training program. Okay, take a 15 minutes break and be back. I'm going on mute. Let us continue with Power BI Cloud. Do you have any questions so far? I've already shown you how to import, how to publish to Power BI Cloud. So here I have published a data set. So let me go ahead, delete all the content of Power BI Cloud. We will start from the beginning. This is a blank Power BI Cloud. So when you use your company email address and when you create a login, you will be able to see the same screen. I hope you were able to create a login for yourself in Power BI Cloud. Just to give you a brush up of it, because we did that a week ago. Just to give you a brush up. Power BI.microsoft.com. Oh, I'm sorry. Power BI.microsoft.com. This is the screen. So here you will have to sign in first. Create a login for yourself. So when you try to log in, it will ask you for your official email address and password. Okay, so you would need a company email address and a password for this purpose. If you do not have a company email address and a password, I've already told you what is the alternative to that. You can buy a domain for yourself and you can create an email ID, and you can use that to create a trial version. So there are different products in which you will be working on Power BI Pro. So as soon as you create a trial version, or when you just click on try free, other than Power BI desktop, surely the only way is to use your official or a domain specific email ID and create a login for yourself. Power BI Cloud comes with 60 days of free trial. This is how it will look like as soon as you open Power BI. You should not forget that you should activate your trial. Not only logging into app.powerbi.com, you will have an option here called activate trial. You have to click on that, this icon, click here, activate trial. So once you activate trial, it will be active for at least 60 days, 59 days from the day you start. It will show the remaining days. If today is 60 days, 60th day, then you have 59 days of trial left. That is the meaning of it. Okay. Any questions? Any difficulties in downloading the trial version? This is the home page. So here you have dots. So when you click on this dot, you will be able to see multiple apps, all apps. In this also, you have an option to log into Power BI. You can use this as well. Okay. Next is Power BI is also included in Office 365, which I've already explained to you. Okay. Here in the Power BI home page, you have recommend. So here you have a number of visuals that are readily available. You can go through these. It also displays the workspaces which I have created. Next is this lower part shows recently worked on reports, data sets, workspaces, etc. When you click on favorite, it shows if you have starred or if you have set dashboard or report as a favorite item. I will show you how to do that. And this is for my apps. So now I need a visualization to work through. So let me close this. Let me open a good visualization and I will publish it first. I've created so many visualizations in Power BI. So one good visualization that I wish to select is this. This is a very good one. So let me take this. So once this is open, click on publish. Save. You can choose the workspace. So I have already created Lakshmi's workspace. Let me select that and click on select. Click on Got it? Now check if this is published correctly. So once it is published, you will see both the report as well as the data set. Now click on the report. Okay. So you will see each of the pages listed here. Any questions about how to publish a report and how to create a workspace, how to see the difference? Any questions? Okay, there are multiple pages here. Each of the pages that you have published from the Power BI desktop will get presented here in the same way. This is online way of or web-based view of Power BI. Okay, this is very, very easy. So here you have the report, and then the data set will contain the data that you have used to create this report. Okay, so this is the data set. Even when you click on create, you will be able to use this as a data set. A data set is represented with a cylinder, and a report is represented. See, if you don't see your workspace name here, you can find it here. Okay. So this is the data set and this is the report. Okay. Any questions? So you have both the report and the data set visible in your workspace. Now you can choose your report and you can minimize or maximize the page view. We will go through different options that are available here. So when a report is published, you can save a copy of it. You can download this as a PBIX file. You can manage permissions. So under manage permissions, you can add people, direct access. Who has direct access? Only this person has a direct access. So you can add. When you work for a company, the email domain, for example, Lakshmi@google.com. So abc@google.com, def@google.com. Be it any user within that organization with the same email domain will be listed. So you have to just type their email ID. So at present, my domain is deleted. So this is the last that I'm using, Analytics Pro. Okay, I have not renewed, so they have removed this. Okay. Got it? Okay. So you can add n number of users and also specify the kind of permission you want to give them. The report does not have any access request. If someone is asking you for an access request for a report, it will get displayed here. You can approve or decline. Shared views, if you have shared already, it will list here. Very straightforward functionalities. Print, you can print it. You can also embed this report within a SharePoint portal. Okay, you can publish to web. You can also embed this in any website. Got it? You can generate a QR code for this report that you can share with your counterparts. Only those with that QR code will be able to see the information. For this particular report, if you want to add additional contacts, you can do. If you want to attach any snapshots, you can do that. Others are all standard functions. You can export this to analyze the data in Excel. You can embed this as an image in PowerPoint. You can also export as a PDF. You can share. You can share it with whomever you want. You just add their email ID and you can share it with them. Okay. You can also chat in Microsoft Teams. This is not much of use. You can subscribe. Subscribe means every day, if you want this report to auto refresh the dataset and send this report on an email to your end user. So you can select which page that you want to email every day, to whom you want this to be emailed, the entire list of emails, subject that the email should have, frequency, hourly, daily, weekly, monthly, which are the days, and then the scheduled time. At what time the report must be sent. So you have different time zone here. You can select the appropriate time zone and you can send the report. Okay. Okay. This is the start date and this is the end date. When you want the subscription to be active and when you want to end the subscription. Permission to access the report, link the report, preview as an image, etc. So once you create the subscription, you can click on save and close. So that is the subscribe part of it. We will come to edit. So these are standard functions. You can pin this entire page to a dashboard. You can view the data set that is there behind this page. Lineage. What is this lineage? Lineage is about the data flow. Okay. So here in the lineage, you will see the data. So the flow starts from here. That's an Excel file. It's giving you the details. From the Excel file, it's moved on to the Power BI dataset. And from the Power BI dataset, it is moved to the Power BI report. So that is the flow. Okay. So that's about lineage. Next is edit. So in edit, you have options to edit the report. Okay. So here you have some features, but not as many features available in the desktop, Power BI desktop. So you have limited features available here. Okay. You will have a list of fields displayed, but not many features of Power BI desktop. Limited features, all the visuals are here. If you want to make any changes to the visuals, you can do. Even custom visuals will get displayed. So you see, these are custom visuals which you have published from Power BI desktop to Power BI cloud. And these are available here as well as in the list here. Okay. So what are the different options? You can save the report, you can make some changes, you can print, you can embed, publish to the web, export to PDF, download, export to PowerPoint. Okay, under view, you can make adjustments, fit to the page, fit width, etc. So you have a lot more formatting options in Power BI desktop and a little lesser options here. Very lesser options, in fact, to say. Reading view means out of the edit. If you're in edit, this is how it will look like. Mobile layout is something new. So when you click on a mobile layout, if the same page of the report is viewed on a mobile, how do you want to present it? So you can drag the visuals and you can arrange the visuals as it would be visible on the mobile application. Okay. Over here. Okay. That's it. So if I want these visualizations to be visible on my mobile view, when I open it on the mobile and see, this is how I want it to look like. I can do this and I can just drag and drop. That's it. Back to reading view. It is all saved. Save. Mobile view is now saved. Edit. Go to the mobile layout. It will show up. So your mobile view is ready. So when you view this report on your mobile, this is how it's going to look like. Web layout. Back to this. Here you can insert a text box wherever you want. If you want to insert a text box, you can type anything inside the text box. If you don't want, delete it. Same as your desktop, Power BI desktop. You have different shapes available here. You can insert these shapes as per your need. So these are different shapes that you can use. Okay. These are different shapes. You can also use these buttons, left arrow, right arrow, as per your development need. This is not much. This is for refreshing your report. When you click on this, your report gets refreshed along with the data that it is connected to. If you want to duplicate this page, you can do so. If you've made some change, you can click here to save, or you can click here as well. Both are same. Pin to a dashboard. This is something new. Now, if I click on pin to dashboard, I have to create sales dashboard. I will call it sales summary dashboard. Okay. Click on pin live. Go to the dashboard or create a mobile layout either ways. So here all the visuals have been added to the dashboard. So this is how a dashboard looks like in Power BI. That's in cloud. Dashboard concept is available only in Power BI cloud, not in Power BI desktop. That is for your information. Okay. Any questions so far? Good. You can also go to different page and you can pin one visual. So here, if you select this visual, not only pin to dashboard the entire page, you can pin individual visuals. So here, pin visual. Which visual? Here. Go to dashboard. Now go and check on the dashboard. Only this would have got pinned. One additional visual from a different page is now included in the dashboard. Okay. Chat and Teams, Generate, Excel, all these are standard ones. So this is how you can edit a report which you have published, and tabs, page-wise tabs are displayed here. You can edit the report even on Power BI Cloud and restrict the permissions of how people can view this report. Okay. Next is, so this is about reports. In the dashboard, you have either the entire report or the entire page or individual visuals that are pinned. Okay. So here you can save a copy. You can print this page. You can print this as an image file or a PDF file, and you can share it with whomsoever. You can also manage the permissions for the dashboard. You can restrict the users whom you think has a direct access to the dashboard. You can add users and restrict the view of your dashboard, because some data will be very confidential. HR data need not be viewed by the sales team and vice versa. That's it. Now the home page will show you what you have done. You have done something with the dashboard. You have created a new dashboard, so you can directly click here. You also have an option to set this as a star. So you might create n number of dashboards in a day. After a month, if you want to see your favorite dashboard which you have created many days ago, then you can just select that. Okay. So this is the dashboard. Okay. So from this home page, you'll be able to see all the activities that you have performed on your report in the cloud, Power BI cloud. That's all. From here also you can create a new report. You may type enter manually. We don't do that. Here you can pick a published data set, select this, create. Now you will be able to create a report with different pages on the web. Okay, so you can do it right on the web. This is also possible. Instead of using Power BI desktop, you can do the same thing here on the web, but features are limited. So if you see here, you don't have new measure, new column, you don't have all those options available. Basic dashboard, if you want to do, you can do it here. Same thing with Tableau. In Tableau Online and Tableau Public, you can create a basic dashboard. Okay. Next is create. Don't save. In create, same thing. What you see here in new report, create will also have same options. Okay. Next is browse. Here you can see recent favorites shared with me. If someone else has created a report and they have shared with you on Power BI Cloud, you will be able to see that under shared with me. It belongs to someone else, but they have shared it with you. Wherever you want, you can click on the star and make it a favorite. So whenever you click on favorite, all that will be listed. I can make this report a favorite. I will see this under the favorites. Cloud is very easy. It's very straightforward. Just clicks. Okay, here in this you have filter. You can filter when you have lots of dashboards, report, workspace, etc. You can choose the report. It will show only report. Dashboard, it will show only dashboards. Workspace, only workspace. Models. Okay. Next is Data Hub. In the Data Hub, you will find only data sets. So this is one such data set which has been published. Okay. So here you will have all the data sets. Here you can have two options, data sets and data marts. So when you publish a data mart, that will get displayed as a data mart. Generally, it is data sets. Metrics, we don't work much on this. You can try to create a scorecard. It is for the performance, that's it. It's just a functionality to track the key business metrics. It's like, a goal setting in Asana project management, something like that. Apps is important. In apps, you can include different kinds of external apps. So these are additional apps which you can include. For example, if you want to include LinkedIn sales navigation in this, you can do that. Click on Get It Now and it will get included in your Power BI Cloud. Okay. Deployment. This is for bigger projects. You don't have to worry much. Learn, it gives you some additional training videos, etc. When you have time, you can go through this. So the main work is here. When you have a workbook attached to your report, it will get displayed here and under workbook. Okay. I have a report, I have a data set, I have a dashboard created out of that. Here you can view, you can filter lineages for data flow, from where the data is coming, how it is linked. So here is an option. If you want to delete the workspace, you have to click on Settings, Delete Workspace. Here it shows the license mode, Pro, Premium, per user, etc. You can restrict the access of your workspace by mentioning the email address here. Okay. That's about Power BI Cloud. Here is the access details, login, logout, sign out, etc. View account information. With this, we complete here. Okay, get data. You have very limited options. You can only get data from Excel, Power BI, CSV files, or you can connect to Azure SQL database. Okay, so only limited number of accesses. Samples, you have a lot of samples available. If you want to work on Power BI Cloud without publishing, you can install any of these samples. So you have to go to Get Data, Samples, select the sample and connect. So automatically the data will get loaded. You can download that as a PBIX file and you can work. Or you can work on cloud, either ways. Any questions? With this, we complete Power BI Cloud. Next, the Excel part of Power BI. It's very easy actually. Okay, so this is the Excel file. Here under options, I have add-ins. I've already shown this to you. I'm repeating. Power Pivot, Power View, and Power Map. So here I have to select COM add-ins, go. Make sure all the three are selected. Previously, Power Query was also a part of this list, but it is not now. It is inbuilt within Power Pivot. Okay. So make sure these three options are selected. Click OK. You will now be able to see this. Power Pivot, Power View, all these. Insert Power 3D Map. Power Map is nothing but the 3D maps. First, we will do Power Pivot. Click on Manage. Create a data model inside Excel file. This is also your Power Pivot file, which you will upload into Tableau Power Pivot, Power BI desktop. Okay. Wait for it to load completely. Now, connect it to any of the databases. It lists all the views and tables. Tables are of table icon. Views will have two icons like this. Okay. Now let me include the tables of my choice. I'm taking only 3 tables. Click on Finish. Now the data model will get created. Tables will start getting uploaded. It's done. Click on Close. Data is loaded. Here you can add columns, same as Excel, whatever you want to do, you can do. Okay. You can also write formulas. That will also work. So you can create DAX expressions. When you go to the diagram view, you'll be able to see this diagram. Same as Power BI desktop, you can do it in Excel as well. Not many of them know this. Not many of them are using this. You can also do this for a cube. You can connect to a cube through SQL Server Analytical Services and you can create a data model for that. Or you can also work on a perspective. Perspective is a smaller form, limited information that is collected from a cube. Okay. easy to move. It's like a table. Once you're done importing the data, you can now go to the design, click on home, pivot table, create a pivot table. So when you create a pivot table, it comes out of the data model. Power Pivot is only the data model part. The pivoting happens on the Excel sheet itself. Click on OK. Right, so now it shows the model. So you can have the data model created from n number of sources. So instead of using Power BI, what? Desktop, you're using Power BI Excel. Sorry, you're using Excel with BI features. Good. Now let us go to Power View. Let's see how to use this there. So here in Power View, the same thing gets displayed, but here you can insert Power View Canvas. It's called Canvas. Okay. So let us see how it looks like. This is how a Power View sheet or a canvas gets created. Look and feel will be same as Power BI desktop. It's almost the same. Now you have the same data model what you created. You can create a Power Pivot if you're analyzing the data. If you're doing it visually in terms of charts, then you have to use this. For example, there's a lot of, okay, see, you have this data here, date ordered, and if you want to show quantity, you can do that. Same as the other visual. Okay, supposing I take ship region, same concepts are all the same, okay? And then I take the total quantity that's going to be shipped, and I want this charts are here, okay? This is a table view, card, matrix and card, charts are here. So if you want a stack bar, select the visual and then select the bar. This is how it will look like. Here you see, same as your Power BI desktop, you have options to display. Sorting, you have a small option here, ascending or descending. You just click, it will show you accordingly. So you can create different kinds of column chart, bar chart, other line chart, scatter plot, and pie. That's all you have here. Last option, the last topic is creating a 3D map. Open 3D map, click on insert 3D map, open 3D map. So here I need some geographic data. So let me take ship city, drag and drop. Okay, and then I will take ship the quantity. Okay, this is a 3D view based on the city. It is plotting. So this is mainly used to see where the data is more. So it's minimal in America. Which country is this? Yeah. Okay, some part of the world near Africa. Which country is this? I don't know which country. Yeah, must be some European. Okay, so it is displaying European. So it shows where there is clustering of data altogether. Okay, this is a nice way, but it's all within Excel. If you want to do this for any of your clients, any of your organization, I mean your department, you can try. Not majorly used. You can also capture video of it, capture a screenshot. I don't see any major use of this so far in these many years. Okay. So once you're done, you can just close it. Save it actually, if you want it to be saved. That's all. So Power Pivot, Power View, Power Map, it's very easy in Excel. And now you know how to use Power BI Desktop in detail and Power BI Cloud, all the features. So these two are major applications. Tableau and Power BI, it has its own cloud. Other applications do have, but the complexity will be a little lesser. If you can learn these easily, then learning other concepts will not be very difficult. Okay. With this, we complete the training program. Entire business intelligence program comes to an end. Do you have any questions for me? Yeah, sure. We'll connect for the project and I will also miss you all for sure. It was a pleasure having a session with you all for more than a month now. I hope I have given the best of my knowledge as much as needed for you all and as much as I could share with you all. Beyond this point about data analytics, we also have business analysis course coming up. Business analysis, business analytics, statistics related. So for any of your additional learnings, advanced learnings, please do get in touch with us and we will be able to help you out with it. And you can also get back to me for any of your project needs, any of your work needs. If you get stuck somewhere, if you want to implement something, but there's no helping hand for you, don't worry. I'm always there for you. I've taught you, so I will be happy to help you out in the near future. I hope you all have a bright future, get placed, get good projects from clients, travel as you want with all these skill sets because these are universal skill sets. Along with this, also please do Python and Sisense, Amazon ClickSite. Take some time, 3 to 5 months, do it, and you'll be there. What you wanted to do by taking this program, you will be there, but concentrate on the project. Only if it is good, my evaluation will be good. So your certification is totally dependent on your hands-on with the project. Okay. Perfect. Do you have any questions for me about any of the? Thank you, Sama. Thank you, Kamini. Thanks to all. I will miss the weekend sessions henceforth. Hoping to meet you soon with projects or any other course that you start with us again, which I handle. Take care. Do well in your life. Do well in your career. All the best. You can always reach me on WhatsApp. You have my number. Again, I'm mentioning my WhatsApp number. Okay. Full marks for the project. Yes. Everyone will get full marks if you are implementing the project very well. Whatever you've learned, you just put it on the project. That's it. I wouldn't say use this, use that feature. It's up to you. You see and you use it correctly. That's it. Okay, friends, let's meet sooner for the project discussion. By then, you should decide your topic and what you will be doing in that project. You must come prepared to answer me. Okay. Thank you. Have a good night. Have a good week ahead. Speak to you soon. Bye. Bye.